Hello, good morning, happy Monday. Let's see, I spent a little bit of time yesterday. Uh, Went out to a cafe, sat down, and just sort of, I think, finished up how I want Mirror API to look like. Now I have these other assessments, but I want to go through them again. I want to go through and make sure that they're all looking the way we expect it to, working that way. You know how it is. I also updated Zillage a little bit. So I figured out how we can do things. So I created a function for Zealot here. So if I have this open, I can do Z assessment, hand it a path of where the assessment is. I even figured out how I can like have it automatically open up and resize uh, windows, these floating panes for me. I don't know how to make them disappear automatically, so I do have to do that myself. But okay, so um, this may be a little bit tall for what I need it to be. I probably can get away with like a bit smaller. Let's go ahead and do that now. So let's see. I created a command for opening up Z. I think it's Z config like that. So I can open up some assessment. Okay, so first, I have you as 25%. That looks like it's a little bit long. Now I have you as size 7. How's this check? That might be good. I might be able to get away with one more, like 6. So if I want this to be running, I want like, I don't know, this many lines or so. Set to 11 to here. If I include this one, maybe like 50, I can go like 17 lines. That'll give me 15 lines of actual content here. Let's see how that works. Nice that it crashes it. Oh, because it hasn't run the other thing. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second too. It's a little bit better, but maybe this could be 10 lines of code. Let's come down here, and if I run these, if I quit out of you first, I think then everything else is happy when I quit it. No, it's not. Okay. All right, let's do 10 lines instead. So we'll drop this down to 12. I could drop you down to 6. Uh-oh. Usually that fails unless it's going something else is going on. Village. Pika, hello. How are you doing today? All right. It's probably an error in my code somewhere. So I want to set you to size 12. Your size 6. Everything else is the same. I don't know if I actually like the floating panes here, so I'm going to get rid of that. Start suspended true is interesting. Now this was working for me yesterday, so I wonder, the only difference here is that I have stream going, but that's on a different computer. It's more of like a separate monitor. You did more research to isometrics, a lot of parts there. Yes. Well, anytime that you have, um, well, I mean, anytime that you have like not a flat, straight down or a side or something like that angle, you're gonna get interesting math. Because like when you go up, okay, that's like pure up for the player, but your feet aren't in the center of where you are. Like the math gets a little bit weird. But you're failing. Okay, let's try this the old-fashioned way. Do Zellage, action, new tab. The new tab is gonna have a layout of. It did CD to the right place. That part works. So have a layout of. I think it's Axum assessment. Yeah, it is Axum assessment. That's not that's not super happy. I wonder if I could fix it by just quitting out of Alacrity. No. Oh no. There's like a Zealot's check, I think. Oh, it's okay. I think it's set up with a check. Yeah. I don't see anything crazy in here. It's more like just not happy anymore with what I was doing. ZC is still working, but I think that's not really a layout. Let's, I guess, try this. Hey, okay, so that works. This is still really, really, really large. Ooh, address already in use. Oh no, it kept a window going. That's not great. Okay, so there's that. Wait, again. I want you to be... Okay, so that's 10%. Let's try 5%. Welcome back, Pika. Okay. Five percent is too small. $7%? That feels like 50%. That can't be. That what? That's so confusing. Okay, so I want this pane up here, which has this cargo run, cargo watch run. I want you to be like really small. Maybe though, I don't want this size here. Huh, okay, so I have a pane here and then panes in here. Maybe I want something like this. Then I can do a size. Say I do size 12. That's a lot better. All right. Only negative now is that I have a server already running in here. So that's not great. But okay, so this could be what we set up for assessments. I found that there's this wait until in here that start suspended, and that is this thing right here. So basically, it holds running the command until I want to run it. So I can press enter, and now it runs the tests. They're failed because I've already removed all the parts of the code. I also created this check. Now I only need this to have a height of like 6. So let's go ahead and change that. But what this is gonna do is, I wonder, maybe I want this to be a floating panel. Then I can have just give me more room with test. The idea is that we have like cargo test. Okay, that's great. Check is something that I could run to validate, hey, the assessment is completed. You did everything right. So cargo format is working. Cargo check is passing. Cargo clippy with all warnings elevated to errors is working, is like happy, and the tests are passing. Now in this case, it's not happy. We're getting an Xcode 4. The tests are not passing. If I come over here, we could see the assessment is nothing different. We sort of looked at that previously. I added in to the router itself a little bit of comments saying like, hey, you don't need to make any changes here. However, things might be good to see there. In the router itself, this is all that's showing. So it's a router that returns 200 okay, but that's not really, like, we needed to a lot more. So update this function. This is the only file you need to update. and then I added a README with instructions in it. So basically it says, okay, these are the skills that you're being assessed on. Here's the instructions for how to run it. Here's what is supposed to have happened afterwards. Here's the shape of the object coming back. Here's how to like test and make sure that everything is working, and then also how to run this check script. So that way you can verify that things are doing what you expect, and that's it. I don't have a how to submit yet in here. I'm thinking that we're going to run this in Discord, and then submitting will just literally be, okay, send me a message, that kind of thing. Okay, so I have you. Let's set you to have a size of 6. And then we'll play around with this for the next time we do something. Okay, so that's this so far. Let me check to see. Yes. Oh man, it's been forever since I've looked at. Is it AF? I can't remember anymore. I want to search to grab Axum. All I'm missing is my grep for Axum. So something else is holding that port hostage. We'll have to switch that to a different port. Okay, so that is Mirror API. And we're okay there. Let's take a look at Hello World. Which I believe I already have here, right? Oh, right. I am in a folder called Axum Assessments. Everything is here. It's not here. Okay, so we need to create this. Do we already have it? Oh, I do. Axum Assessment Hello World. Okay, so let's try RZ assessment. And then from here, we could just do Axum assessment hello world. That might be too small. Yeah, I think this is just a tiny bit too small. Oh, and then you are, okay, so your size is 35% width, which is probably okay. We do cargo test, start suspended, that's okay. Size 6 is too small. Maybe 7? Okay, but address already in use. I forget how to kill a port. I didn't see Axum running. I don't want to reboot right now, if I can get away with it. Let's see. Man, I used to know how to do this all the time. I forgot. Okay, I can use the LSOF command maybe to find it. Let me try that. Okay, so for port 3000, can I see anything? No. Oh, let me try. Okay. Oh, it didn't. Okay, so I can't see. Oh, port 3000 is not been running. Okay. Interesting. So LSOF doesn't find it. Can I search for everything? Oh, okay, found it. Axum assessment still running, which you're trying to run, but you're saying address already in use. So if I kill you, yeah, you've been running this entire time. So let's kill. All right, we'll try a nice kill first. You're not showing. Let's try this again. Okay, so we'll do a Z assessment for, let's see, code, builds, Axum assessments, Axum hello world. I don't know if I can do that. No. Okay, no. There, okay. Much better. So we have our check running down here. We have cargo tests running. If we run over here. Oh, you're not a tab. Oh, I can't do Alt up to come to here. That sucks. I can do down to get to it, but apparently check's not set for that. I wonder if I should put the size on here as opposed to here. That might be better. But okay, so all the tests are passing. There's not really much tests to go on here, and I think like it's really testing that there's gonna be like a 200 okay. I think. Yeah, if we took for test hello world, yeah, it's just making sure that uh, the the response text is literally hello world. So it's we don't want any changes in behavior. So that's fine. I am a little bit concerned about no, okay, so no major changes there. I think my check script is not doing what it's supposed to do, which is cargo clippy dash something warnings. So cargo clippy. I want dash D. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, and then that's got to be passed into actually Clippy. That's what I want. If I do warning, yeah, it doesn't work. So warnings. So I want this dash 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 D warnings. And then that way, if I have any like Clippy type errors, it'll yell at me for that. And everything else should work as expected. Okay, so all right, well, let's put the size. Not on this pane, but on this pane. Maybe like 90%. We'll find out next time. Okay, so you're still working. You're still working. Let's see. I have a README here, but I need to update you. Okay, so let's see. I don't have a library file. I don't have a router file. I don't have any of those other things. So um the all of the well, I guess like the entire server. See, it's more like to pass the assessment, create files and or directories to put the hello world server code in. Make the main function should only call like you should only call a function that runs the server. It's okay for main to create and set up a configuration object and pass that in. Okay, so we have that. Let's also go to README. And we'll take a look here. So refactor the Hello World application to a better architecture. This means that the code is set up in a way that you can add routes easily without them all being on this, without them all being on the same, in the same function. I guess it might be file / function. This means that the main file should only be used to call the server. The router and routing function should be defined elsewhere. It's okay to have the main file or the main function create a config object and pass that into the pass that into, I guess, into the library, into wherever you run the server. Make sure that everything's working by running the test with the command checked it out. The output for the checks will be put into the checked it out file. Please note that even if this check is to pass, it's still possible to not pass this assessment. Passing requires, I guess that's probably, we have everything up here. So grading rubric, check script is passing, so server still returns hello world. Code is formatted, code passes clippy lint. Manual check, Axum app is defined in a file other than main.rs. Perhaps like I don't know if this would be like a bonus or like router is defined outside of, I don't know. I might go with this and we'll see how it goes. So now this is main master branch. It's dating instructions. Now I have a get switch. I have a solution to this. You're still working. You're still working. Oh, I have to fix an update check. Wait, did I not? I'm on solution here, right? Why are you still showing that? Oh, do I have to like, did you not track? Okay, hold on. Quit you rerun. Oh yeah, okay. So Okay, Clippy not happy. Well, let's fix that. What was this? Unused import. Okay, so we're not using that. All right, because in this, I deleted a bunch of those things I'm not using you. I am creating a config object in here and passing that in. I'm also handling the errors properly now. This, what are you? Well, you implement display, so I don't need that. Okay, now you're happy. So now all checks passing. Okay, excellent. So this is fixing Clippy warnings. And I'll push that up as well. Okay, excellent. So I think that assessment is done. So we look back to here. Hello world, mirror API is done. JSON response. Let's go take a look at that one. Okay, I think I'm starting to get a pattern on this. If I try to quit something and nothing happens, and I try to quit it again, it's going to crash all of Zellage, which is fun. I wonder if also that. Hold on, let me do my else off command again. Oh yeah, that's still running. So Zellage crashed, but kept that up and running. Okay, so next up. JSON response. Oh, that didn't work the way I expected it to. I tried to set that to 90%. So I wonder if I need to set this to be higher. Maybe we'll just do 10. Okay, so you're running here. Let's find a readme. Okay, so there's a file in a root assessment with a list of popular languages, and then a link to that. Create a route at / and return the list in JSON in a JSON object. Maybe sort of like a note. You will need to use Serde. Actually, I don't know if I need to put that in there. If anybody's running into trouble with these, I think then I can sort of add in notes to sort of make them better. But okay, grading rubric, check script is passing. Manual check, favorite languages are returned as an array of objects. Okay, that's great. We can go over and take a look at favorite languages. I pulled these off of the Stack Overflow favorite languages survey results. And I basically continued on in order until I got to Rust. So it's pretty simple. And it's just in here in a file. So you need to also like grab this out of a file. So let's go back to README. I kind of like the idea of showing what skills this is assessing. Okay, so this is reading from a file. Basically, okay, so three things. Reading from a file, returning JSON from a route handler, converting a string to a Rust object. Okay, I like it so far. And then we're gonna head into, so I have things set up for like the proper, well, everything really. So if we go to main, won't really help there. Library won't really help here either. Ooh, but we should set up the tracing stuff. Oh, but wait, I may already have tracing set up. Oh, but I can do more. Yeah, I can definitely do more with that. Tracing Rust Axum. I'm really sad that like Axum isn't showing up on the top here. I feel like they should have better SEO. Well, that's nice. Not what I want. Okay, fine. I think it's this one that we found out how to do it. Oh, no. Okay. So it's in crates. I want to go to Axum. And then from here we go into the documentation. Twisted Seed, hello. How are you doing today? Then we can go to trace layer. And this is what I want. I have a second mouse, and apparently the cable for that is really easy for me to wrap my foot around, which is not great. And so this is what I want to do. bring in trace layer. Trace layer comes from Tower HTTP. This is Tower HTTP with feature trace. Okay, so I already have debug in here for the correct environment variable. So all I need to do is set it up. So we just need this layer, trace layer, new for HTTP. I don't know, we probably want to do it at the bottom. Okay, everything's fine there. If we run U, there we go. Now we get to see all these. And the error is showing that we don't have the correct output yet. Let's see. We also have, okay, so in the router mod, there's not really anything interesting in here. In router favorite languages, we're going to do our stuff here. So, I should add that into the README. So instructions. It's called favorite languages.rs. Okay, so I'm at the root, so I think I need to go to source. Is it router or routes? Router favorite languages. You will only need to update the route handler, favorite languages, to complete this assessment. Okay, so this is the only file you need to change to complete this assessment. Let's see, pull in. We'll need to do the following. Pull in the favorite languages. Let's see, convert favorite languages into a Rust object. Turn the favorite languages object as JSON. And currently it's obviously not doing any of these things. Let's also update check. Okay, so deny warnings. Okay, everybody's happy. And no errors or warnings there. Okay, excellent. And if I come back to here, we have a bunch of changes. Okay, so this is, ooh, I don't need that check dot out included here. All right, so this is updated with instructions and removed check out. You're good there. Push you up. All right, so I noticed that this doesn't change. If I switch to another file, you still don't change. So you're still on that other branch. You're on, oh, you're on all the open buffers. Is there a way for me to update that? So refresh user config, reload. Discard changes and reload all. Ah, that's what it is. So it's reload all. Like that. And then I want to update check. Everything's happy. And then you should pass now. And you do. Okay. So what I've got for this, pretty simple. I created a struct for this. I then just I also use a const to then include the entire file in at compile time. I think that's perfectly fine for this. It's not that big of a file, and that's not necessarily what we're like testing for, like how to like grab things from a file. That's not really what this assessment is for. So then I convert that into this favorite language here, unwrap that, and then I return the JSON and then update you to return JSON here. So you're all happy. That is this. Okay, so all three of these assessments are done. I have so many more to do. And then all of these other ones, so these assessments and these ones also need articles written. I need some way to show that I'm done with something. Like a check mark? Okay. Those are all done. Now I had I realized that I might want to actually have setting up a cargo workspace be a thing that's like assessed. I think we're event. I think. Oh, you know what? Okay, we're gonna need to get to this for CORM stuff. Okay. Because in CORM, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have entities in its own sort of cargo project. We're gonna have migrations in its own project, possibly some other stuff too. I don't remember anymore. And then our main application in its own project. And so we need that could get really confusing when we are going through there. So if before then we had created up a Rust workspace, then it's going to be a little bit less confusing. And I don't know if I want to like just start writing some of these things now. I think for these like off stream, I need to take a little bit of time to write a few of them. Prerequisites, setting up VS Code. Like I think a bunch of these might also be like videos with me then writing an article, or maybe the opposite way. I write the article and then we'll record a video based upon that article, and then I'll have both. I'll have like the text for it and a link to the YouTube video. Okay, setting up a Rust workspace. Okay, so let's go create that. Okay, so I did Control C and it didn't do anything, so I'm gonna crash if I do it again. Oh, but Control P doesn't. Okay. Oh, and like Control PW doesn't do anything either. Switching around doesn't do anything. What are you doing down there now? Oh, interesting. Okay. There you go. Okay. Hey, okay. I did it without crashing everything. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna hopefully this will be a little bit better this time. Let's try it again. So now what? What? There's no tab. Oh, it didn't update that tab. That's weird. Oh, I don't have a way to like refresh, do I? That's interesting. I wonder if we're in a really weird state now. Okay, so tab 2. I want to See here. Okay, we're gonna do let's do a Rust up update. I've been just trying to keep myself up to date with Rust as often as possible, just in case there's any like updates that will break everything. Maybe I'll run a maybe we can write a script that goes through all of these assessments, switches to the solution branch, and then like runs them. That could be good too. Make sure that everything actually is running. Okay, let's do a cargo new. It's gonna be Axum assessment. We are gonna call this maybe like a workspace. Okay, so then we can do a okay, not bad. It's working. I didn't crash. Everything's still fine. You are bigger, but not as tall as I was hoping. So you can be a little bit taller still. Oh, and I can move around these again. Excellent. Okay, so we have no tests. We have nothing here. We're on the main branch, and that's pretty much what we have. So let's start with, I guess, a README file because I don't think we have one, right? Yeah. I don't know if I want to use something like this is a best practice. It's more like this is the recommended setup for using C or M in your project. It can also be helpful in breaking out logic. Let's see. It can also be helpful in breaking out logic into separate projects. Okay. Skills. Really, only like one skill here, which is uh, Rust workspaces. We have the grading rubric. Okay, so I'm thinking that I would have 3 projects in here already, and you have to update the cargo tomls to make them all connect and talk to each other. So guess, let's see. Hmm. Maybe not. Convert the root project into a cargo workspace. Um, I think all the other workspaces become virtual workspaces. I mean, I think that might just be it. Uh, Good quality, along with the above. I should create this like in a markdown file somewhere that I can just pull in, so it's like the same every time instead of every time being subtly different. I think I like the other one the most. Let's go find it. Okay, I think I like this the most. Londo Spark, thank you so much for the subscription. 15 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are things going? Things are going really good. We're working on creating assessments for the Axum course. How are you doing? Um, okay, so here we have. Okay, so grade rubric is maybe okay in here. Now I want to update it. You're okay, thanks. Busy weekend, but you're settling back into work today. That story of my life too. I know. I always wish that the weekends are longer so that I can have like a couple days to actually like do housework, do chores, work on this type of stuff, and then actually have a day to like just do nothing all day. I would love to just sit down, put on music, read a book, do nothing. Maybe someday. Okay, so let's grab check. Mine is a little longer, 36 hours over 4 days. Helps with that. Still not long. That's what I'm afraid. I'm afraid that what's gonna happen is no matter how long my weekend is, like it's not gonna feel long enough. Like I'm gonna say, okay, I've got a 4 day work week. I've got 3 days that I can just relax. And it's like, well, now I want 4 days as a weekend because now I went off and did something fun and I'm tired from that. So I got 2 days of work, 1 day of fun. Now I need a day of relaxing, doing nothing. It does make a huge difference. I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine. If nothing more than having a weekday that I'm not working to be able to go out and do errands where things are actually open. Like, oh hey, the bank is open when I want to go. Think just things like that. Just things like that. I've also noticed that if I can go out grocery shopping like at lunchtime or like at odd times during a week, there's nobody there. And sometimes all the new food is there, so you get the freshest everything, which is that is that is something nice. I don't usually get that very often. It's usually when I run out of food and I have to tell my coworker, "Sorry, I'm going to be offline for a little bit. I have to go grocery shopping so that my cat doesn't murder me because I ran out of food." I live in Colorado. We don't have there is no ocean near me whatsoever. But I have lived in California, and so there I don't know. Beach is nice. I've never really been that into going to the beach. Probably because I did it too much as a kid. Or maybe I've never had like the friends that want to go hang out with me, and going to the beach by myself. I don't know. I just have the stigma against it. Stacking, hello. How are you doing today? Grocery shopping during the weekdays when you live in a major city is clutch. I can imagine. Right now what I do is every once in a while. I have to go today, I think. I go after work, I'll do a walk. There's a grocery store not too far away from me, so I can walk to it. Stacking, how are you doing today? Okay, so let's open up you. So testing wise, I'm not sure what to test for this yet. Let's create another. What if I can just do another cargo ad? I love that your answer to that stacking is Monday. And yet, that explains so much. Shrump, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so we have you. You know, something interesting that I've noticed, GitHub. So Git, when I create a new branch, a new repo, it's main. Rust is master. Just an interesting thought. I know I haven't changed any configuration settings as far as I know with Rust. So I think it's cargo. I think cargo has a configuration that I can probably change on it. And they never updated. It's main on yours when you do cargo new. If I do a git, if I create a folder, I do a git init and then I do a cargo init, it's main. If I do a cargo new, it's master. Where is that set? Is there a file for that? You can even make it better. You can say Monday after only working Thursday and Friday last week. That makes it even more understanding. That's true. Okay, so you have me beat. I worked on Wednesday, but still a short week last week. Let me try. You did Monday through Thursday. Okay. Yeah, a lot of us over in the States only worked Wednesday through Friday last week because July 4th, Independence Day in the United States, was on Tuesday. And Tuesday is a very awkward day for a national holiday. So most businesses gave everybody Monday off too. But like my business did, my wife's did not. She worked Monday. And that was interesting because then that means like I can't really go out and do anything because she's home at working. So that was my day off to do nothing really. Okay, what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna check to see if there's any config that I have in cargo. So if I go into, where's cargo's config? I don't see it. Boo that company. I know, I know. Okay, where, let's do a cargo help. Oh, but I could probably do a cargo new help. Do you have a config file? Okay, so override a configuration value, but I don't know where that is. Okay, so here's a couple different places that I can go look for it. So obviously in a project itself, basically it looks like I can put a cargo anywhere along the chain. But I can also put it into cargo home. Okay, where's cargo home? Cargo respects the git config that it finds. Okay, this is I want to play with this because I want these to be consistent, and yet I somehow have managed to be not consistent. Let's copy this README. So Axum. I'll just do a new one. So let's do a. If I create a new testing directory and I do a git init, it's a main branch here. Yes, I believe that's okay. I think you'll be just fine, Londo. Absolutely. Yeah, GitHub links are perfectly fine. Change default git branch to main instead of master. Interesting. Right. So hold on. Oh, Mac OS thing? Could be. Yeah, so this is what I get. I ran git init and it uses main. I ran cargo new and it uses master. But I'm on Mac OS. Let's try this. Main. Okay, so that's main. Yeah, and so that's the same thing here. Maybe the config is set in a different config file. Yeah, it might be worth that. That's also main from Xcode though. Okay, so let's try brew. Oh, of course not. I can't do brew in that window. I have to do it over here. Am I using GitHub CLI or Git when I make the branch? Because I'm sure the default macOS Git defaults to master. I am using Git. So if I yeah, let's we'll just reset what we have in here. If I do Git, and let's do a which on this. Which Git. So I'm using user bin Git. If I user bin Git, you're not a link, so you're not a soft link or anything. So user bin Git is what I'm using here. And if I do Git init, that creates it as main. Now if I do a GitHub repo, I don't know if I've even done this. Create a new repository. Can I create it locally? Let's GitHub repo create. Create repository name. This is just testing. Testing main branch name. We'll go on to my main one. Description testing. Testing. Sure. Be public. Sure. Rust. Why not? We'll do MIT. This will create that as a public repository in GitHub. Yes. Clone it. Yes. And this is main too. So it's both. So that's interesting. So even with brew, so brew. Oh, I need to change to my other user. Okay, so brew. I want to do brew info git. That's strange. I must have changed it with the settings somewhere, but it can't test the second to verify what yours defaults to. But you feel like you have to switch it every project. It is interesting. Let's see. Also with Git, not installed. Okay, so I don't have Git installed from Homebrew. And that is, I think, the correct one. So let's install that. So brew install Git. Now, so previously, before this finishes, user bin Git. Let's see how this changes. You know, okay, we're all gonna check our Macs when we get there, and I think this is only something that happens on Mac, right? Like according to that issue list. All right, so let's. You are there. User bin Git. El Cravo, hello. We're doing good. So yeah, as Londo just said, we've the default branch with Git on my Mac is main. The default branch created with cargo new is master, which is interesting because they changed that, I think, but it's not working as expected on Macs, which is weird. Yeah, macOS always defaults to old ass libraries because of Unix license issues. Absolutely, very very true. Yeah, so I tested this. I did multiple tests here. So I tried GitHub repo. That didn't work. So let's do. So here, if I do a git init, it's main. Remove. Can remove this too. And if I do a cargo init, it's master. Which is so weird, right? All right, where did you use cargo new project mate? I don't think it really matters here. I think it's going to be the same thing. So if I come out here and I do a cargo new testing git cd into testing git, it's still master here. I wonder if there's a setting in my. Okay, another way we can test this. Let's make sure there's no like weird dot file shenanigans going on with me. Let's open, because I got a lot of ZSH stuff going on. Let's open up. Yeah, if that was still master, if that was not master anymore, I'd be like, what? I can. Okay, so let's try. Let's open up Bash. So as basic as we can get. Let's try this again. So we're gonna do take test with bash. Oh right, there's no tag. All right, so we're here. Test with bash. I have no git repositories. Let's do a git init. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Using master as the name for the initial branch. Okay. So it is something. It's shenanigans in my dot files. To configure the initial branch name, use in all of your repositories. We're going to call git config global init default branch name. Okay, so now if I do main here like that, hold on, git branch. Oh, come on. Git. Just throw some stuff in there. I don't have it. Okay. That's gonna open up Ghost script or something like that. Git. Now do you have branch? No. Branch dash A. No. On branch master. Okay, so that's how I can see what branch I'm on. So let's now reset this. So I want to let's remove this readme. Let's remove git, and let's try it again. So git init. On branch main. Okay, so I fixed that. That's not. So that was a config somewhere. Interesting. So I had a config somewhere for that. One of my I must have in like my .zshrc file or somewhere like that. I'm using the git plugin. Somewhere it's overriding it and changing it for my ZSH shell, but Cargo is going and reading the configuration file somewhere and seeing it there. So now, okay, now I bet if I do let's go to testing. Let's just remove. Okay, come on. Remove, git, cargo, and source. Okay, let's do a git init. We're still main. Let's do a cargo init. And we're main again. Okay, so that was it. I needed to set the GitHub, the Git default branch in a configuration because it was using master. So weird. Now I installed Git from Homebrew, but that didn't change anything because I must have had a configuration file somewhere for that. Or no, I'm pulling in other things from Homebrew. So, oh, it must be for ahead in my path. User local bin is probably ahead of my path. That's probably what's going on there. Well, that was fun. Okay, what were we doing again? Let's clean all this up. Test with bash. Let's do star and no. Okay. Okay, so we are in what? Oh. Okay, there we go. Can I just remove directory testing? Oh, they're not empty. Excellent. Okay, so we are currently working on the workspace assessment. Here's the README that I created for this. The idea is I want to init you. Right, so we're at master. I don't think I've created this. We can do a git branch dash m to main. Okay, we don't have the other one showing there. That's fine. Okay, so you're happy. You're good to go. We're looking for the check. Let's go and pull this from the one of the other assessments. Let's do copy. So Axum assessment mirror API is good. Check sh here. Let's open up get ignore. We'll do check dot out. I still can't go like up and down from this, which is not great. Okay, everything's happy here. That's great. Clippy's happy. Tester passing. Checked at RS is actually turning Clippy into warnings into deny. That's good too. All right, so test. How am I going to test this? I have no. I don't know how I want to test this. I want to be here and here in this. I want to create two more sub modules, essentially, sort of like sub crates for this. And then the assessment will be to turn it into a workspace that sort of like knows what's going on and sort of fixing that entire situation. So if I do a cargo new, what happens? Let's do cargo new. It'll be a library. Cargo new library, and I'm actually not sure that it's actually going to be a cargo library. Hold on, let me check one of my other projects that I did. Okay, yeah, it's just a okay. So when we're using CORM, they will have us create just libraries for this, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So cargo new library, and so what are different functions that I can use for this? We have. I want this to be like super simple, so like we could have utility type stuff. I want two sub crates. I want like two more crates in here. I want the main crate is gonna be the main thing that has the main file. I want to pull in a function from one and pull in from a function from the other, and to do stuff and return something. So we can do. Oh, we can have like maybe a function that just generates data, and then another function that sums up the data or something like that. That might work. And then my function returns both of them. Okay. It's the only thing I can think of. maybe in order for testing purposes, though, I don't want that other one to generate data because then I can't really use that in a test, can I? I need to generate the data, some data in a test, pass it into the thing. So maybe one does doubling and one does addition, like sum. That maybe that will work. So let's try. Oh, I don't know if I need a. Okay, we could probably do this with unit tests then. Okay, so okay, so if I do pub function like I don't know run, that'll be fine. If we do run and I want to pass in sort of like the initial number that we're gonna go with, so let's just do number. This can be an I32. I don't really care. And we're gonna return an I32. I want, what is it? It's I want to mod. I want to feature test. I know it's not test like that. Oh, what was it to do it so it's like only in the oh, I forget how to do the feature for that. So I know I want like mod test. I don't want to be public. I don't remember what I have to put it here off the top of my head. We're gonna have test like that to turn you into a test. We'll have a function run doubles and doubles and sums. Okay, so let's do let my number equals, I don't know, like 10. Let expected equals, okay, so if 10 is doubles and then I want to sum like that up twice. Doubles. I guess we'll take in two things. It's like number one, number two. So expected. Let's change this to maybe like 20 here or something. So number one is going to be doubled, and then it's going to be summed together with number two. So that'd be 20. So 40 is the expected. And let's do sirs equal. We're going to run, pass in number one, number two, and expected. Okay. And then I need to look up how I do that test because I completely forgot how to set that up. It's gonna be Rust test library. Config test is what I want. I remember that now. Okay, so in configuration test, so if we compile for tests all this code, this module is included. If we don't compile for test, this module is not included. All right, you're upset because don't take in number 2. So number 2 is also an I32. Okay, so that's great. You're not returning anything. So I can return, let's just say, return number. That'll make you pass. We run the tests. You failed because left does not equal right. Okay, great. Let's create a new module for the doubling of this. Okay, so we're in here. I'm going to do a cargo new library, and I want this to be the doubler crate. Okay, so that gets created there. I'm curious, did that change anything to my cargo.toml? No, okay. So it didn't do anything crazy in there. I want to go into my doubler crate. It's close. All right, so test so let's see, test doubles input. So we're going to do let our number equals, let's do, I don't know, 15. Expected equals 30. Insert equals. Hub function. Double. We'll do one. Number I32. I mean, I probably could use a generic for this, but I don't really care that much about it. And I don't want anybody to come into this that doesn't know generics and go and freak out, going like, what the heck is going on? Just make it really, 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 really simple to understand. So assert equal that number, the double. So calling double. Passing a number equals expected. Which I'm a little bit concerned about because I want, let's just pass number. Now I'm interested, without having set this up as a workspace, does this test actually catch that one? It does not. Okay, so this test now I need to work on. If I go to doubler crate, I could do a cargo test here. Yeah. Hold on. Stop. Okay. How about that? Can I run this from here? So go to previous test. Can I run test? Oh, that'd be so nice if I could like run the test. Maybe something in here I can do. So it's not a code action. Okay, debug menu. Not that. Nope. Okay, so none of those things will run the test in here. I was really hoping that I would be able to do like run the test like you can in VS Code, and then just sort of have the output show up here, which they're using the same Rust analyzer I believe that gets used in VS Code. So I don't see a reason that they couldn't do this. It's probably more of like Helix isn't set up for that yet. All right, so you should be slightly happier now. Okay, left does not equal right. Let's now update this. So we'll just number. Can I do molt? Isn't there? Okay. So this is nice. This is not giving me any uh code help whatsoever. So if I do like try to molt by 2 or something, yeah, method not found. Nothing's helping me. So this could actually be part of the assessment, is like getting it so you can actually get code help. So convert the root project into a workspace. Well, notice that you cannot see, what is it called? Like help. You cannot see auto completions from Rust Analyzer. In the sub crates. Okay, until you set up the workspace. To make this pass, let's just cheat and we'll just say times number and we'll return that. That'll make you what? 225? Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's just doubler. I want to plus it, don't I? I want to multiply it by 2, essentially. I don't know how to do math in the morning. Oh, or I could do that, but again, I don't want to have to explain that to anybody when we're not going to do with that the entire rest of the course. That could be good. If we do a game dev one, we will definitely take advantage of that. Okay, so here we have doubles. We're happy here. You're good to go. So then if we head back to my library here, I should be able to pull this in. So the idea is I want to pull this in, but I don't actually know if I can pull this in until, oh, not here. I do want here. So can I do let doubled equals, yeah, I can't find it at all. Does the bit shift work on floating point types? You know it works on integers, but could it mess up? I don't know. No, not playwright. It's a good question though. Okay, so if I have a number, I want you to be an F32, and you're going to be, let's say, let's do 10.0. Okay. So we set that up, and now I want to double that. So let doubled equals number by 1. And let's debug number and doubled. No implementation for F32. So they're that's your answer, is that it knows that it might screw up, so it just doesn't do it because it's not implemented at all. Smart Rust is smart. Yeah. I'm actually curious, does anybody have a C++ compiler that you could just like write a really quick C++ check in? And if so, does it work in C++? Or do they also have that not configured? And is that still afloat, or is it what's the type for afloat in C++? Is that, well, I know they have a double, but there's also a float, right? Or they only have doubles? I can't remember anymore. I'm a better morning person than you, Stacking. I have to remind myself how to do basic functions like breathe in the morning. That's earlier. That's earlier, before I get into the shower. But math is hard enough for me at my best. And when I get like symbols and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't work for me too well. Okay, bit shifting and double doesn't work in C++. No operator. Okay, so it's not just that Rust is smart. It's just that the people who programmed the language, like, what are you doing? No, this is not implemented. So it's not like Rust is like smarter than any other language here. Can I do bit shifting? And I can do bit shifting in a JavaScript. That I'd be interested in seeing, because JavaScript doesn't have anything other than a floating point number. That's literally what it is. So if I do mdn bit shift, sure, let's do right shift. How do you do that? Okay. We could just do this straight in here. So we do, if I run this, we get that. That's great. So A becomes 10. Don't care about you. I want to do A is going to right shift. Let's left shift by 1. So that becomes 20, right? Perfectly understandable. I do 10.5. And it still runs, because of course it does. So how about 10.9? I think what it's doing is it's getting the closest, it's rounding down. It's rounding down to the closest integer and running the bit shift on that. So it's ignoring anything to the right of the dot. Which, like, otherwise would be really weird behavior. Okay, so I can't even run double from here. So we have to set this up. We have to set up our workspace now just to get this to work. So let's go into our cargo tummel. Also, all of these things are in here. That seems wrong. We need to update our git ignore. So ignore everything from every target. There you go, much better. Cargo tummel. No dependencies. I have a workspace. Forget how to do this. In C++, if you force it with cas, it quadruples. So I suspect that it's the mantissa and exponent both doubling. Interesting to know if you ever need it. Wait. So how did you cast it? We could try casting this. So I could do like number as, but what are you casting it to? Like an I32? Because if I do, oh, it'd be like this. Oh, I32 and then back to F32. So if I do as F32, that is interpreted as a start of generic arguments for I32, not a shift. Oh, oh, interesting. So I have to break this out, or I have to do something like that. More brackets, yes. It does what you'd expect it to do. So doubled is just doubled. It did not become quadrupled or tripled or anything else. So Godbolt showed it tripled or quadrupled or something more. That's interesting. That sounds like a bug, right? Because if I force this into an I32, it loses this. So here, if I have like 10.3, number is 10.3, this is still 20. If I do this as 10.9, doesn't change it whatsoever. So yeah, when I'm forcing it into an I32, I'm losing everything to the right of this, which is exactly the same behavior that we have in JavaScript. I'm hearing angry squirrel noises upstairs. Hold on, I want to make sure they're not terrorizing Zilby for a second, and like not at the window trying to like make him claw his way out. So I will be right back. So they are indeed terrorizing him. They, there's a fence right outside my window. Zilby's on the window sill, staring out of it. I have the window open so we can get some nice air before it gets too hot. And the squirrel's on a fence, staring at Zilby and just making loud noises while staring at him. And Zilby is just sitting there, like just. He seems to be doing okay. He's not like his tail is not thrashing, so he's not like really upset that he can't go and kill the squirrel. But I'm sure if that screen wasn't there, things that would be a different story. And that squirrel is not even doing anything. All it's doing is just screaming at Zilby. Apparently, my neighbor says that he does the same thing to his dogs. When the dogs are outside, the squirrel will just stand in the trees or on the fence and scream at them too and drive them absolutely insane. Which explains why they start barking sometimes randomly. So if my cat ever got out, if Zilby ever got out and their dogs together, they might murder the entire squirrel population. Okay, so what were you doing? We're coming back. Oh, we need to create a workspace. It's workspace in like containers or dependencies or crates. There's something, and I forget what it's called. And I could just go and find it in here. It's in a book. Members, that's what it is. Members. Okay, so members equals, and then in this case we have doubler crate. Okay, so if I just do that. Okay, so tests are still working up there. Let's restart. Oh, I need to probably go to, let's go up here. Restart you and let's see if it captures this and makes things a little bit nicer for us. Okay, so now, can you help me out here? Ooh, okay. I think I'm getting help here. So if I try to do like number dot, we have rotate, swap bytes. Is there like a double or like a multiple or something? So there's a power. I don't want a power of 2. Checked integer multiplication, compute self times return none if overflowed, return occurred. Is there an unchecked? Okay, but the fact that I'm getting all that stuff is extremely helpful. So we can do number times 2. Just do that. Okay, so you're happy, which means that these tests should still work. If I come back to here, oh wait, no, can't go back there yet. I want to go to here. Let's now run our doubler. You still can't find this. Okay. It's mod. Ooh, you can't find it. It's double crate or something. Doubler crate. It's not Oh no, it wouldn't be a mod. It'd be a use doubler crate. You can't find that either. How do I use you then? So I have my members. Oh, and then my dependencies. I add this in. That's what it is. Okay. So it's one thing to have in there, and then the next thing is, oh, how could I be in here? I want to go into my cargo toml again. In my dependencies, we're gonna have doubler path equals doubler crate, like that. Could not compile. Oh, right, because I have that use. But now maybe it'll start working. Let's try this again. Use. Doesn't like any of those. Okay, so if I save you, no matching package named doubler found. In doubler crate, we have doubler crate, which is, okay, doubler crate like that. Double. Doubler crate. Path goes to doubler crate. I don't think I misspelled that. Let's actually just name this correctly. Oh, that was it. Okay. So then to here, we can then might have to restart LSP. There we go. Okay, double passing the number. Don't hit page down. Okay, and now I can return the number. That's fine. So I haven't done anything yet with this. Let's now return doubled, let's say. Yes, I know. Okay, left is now 20, right is 40. Okay, so then we have add. So we want to create another one of these. So we're going to do cargo new. But instead of doubler crate, we're going to do sum crate. Aha, but I have a workspace in here. So now we get an error in here saying, hey, you need to do something about this. Okay, so we need to go to our cargo toml. Okay, have you in there like that. You're happy, you're compiling. Let's go into sum crate, our library, and let's update you, right? So we have it sums to numbers together. We have 1. Let's do like 10. 2 equals 20. That expected equals 30. It's sure, that'll be fine. These will be I32s. Okay, so taking sum 1, 2, expected. Okay, so then I'm gonna sum crate, cargo test this. That's fine, you're passing. Then we'll return, this will be sum of doubled and number 2. And now you're passing here. Okay, so that makes all those things work. We have autocomplete working with this. Everything's nice and happy. No major errors. I think you're happy here too. Now, can I test everything? Pretty sure I can, right? Cargo test. I don't think that's, oh, test name. I can have it test everything, right? Test all tests. So cargo test tests. It's only one though. Is there a way to test all workspaces? Oh, dash dash workspace. Test all packages in the workspace. And that tested all of them, right? So here's sum crate, double crate, and then assessment workspace. So double crate passed this test. Doubles and sums, okay. I think that it works. I should say 3, right? So here's 1. Here's 2. And there's 3. Okay. So all 3 tests pass when we do that. So let's update our checks. That's just dash dash workspace. Okay. Everything's passing there. Okay, so I I think this is I think this is like a super simple, basic version of what we'd want to do with workspaces. I think this would help you understand exactly what to do and make it work. So let's add in documentation for this. So need to update the cargo.toml file to um, be aware it's a workspace and which so that would be one thing there. If I go and I make you like expected 31, let's say, I think that's going to cause check to fail, right? Yeah, test not passing. Perfect. All checks passing. Excellent. So back to here, and then I am going to. Oh, you know what? Before I start deleting things, I'm going to keep on updating you. So in the doubler crate, do I want them to actually write code inside of here? I don't necessarily think that I don't think that's really necessary, right? So I don't think I need any of these things. Everything's gonna happen. Like all this code is gonna be fine. I just want to run. I think all that stuff might be in like an example repo, not the assessment repo. And in the video, we'll go over as we like build the example up. Hey, we need to do this thing. I think that's what's going to happen there. So really, the only place that we're doing anything is cargo.toml, and that's the only place that needs to be updated. So we're happy here. Let's cut a branch. Okay, so what do we got in here? Are we putting everything in properly? Yeah, I don't see any target files. I don't see like an out. Everything seems fine so far. Initial commit, I believe. Oh, I haven't even pushed this. GitHub. Go create. All right, so this is gonna be Axum Assessment Workspace. I'm gonna put this into Brooks Builds. Assessing the ability to create a cargo workspace. Sure, that's public. Okay, want to get switch. I don't have to. Well, yeah, I'm gonna push it up. So let's switch. Let's see, solution. First U origin solution. Let's go back to main. There was a reload all. And so I just want to delete you there. I'm going to delete you there. So that way, everything else you need to do here in the README, let's see, the only file, well, let's pass it. Convert the root project into a cargo workspace. That includes the two sub crates, doubler crate and sum crate. I mean, I think that should make sense. Is there anything on Git in here? I don't think there's Git stuff. All right, so we set up for main usage or set up for assessing. Push. Okay, so that's fine there. You should now be failing. Cargo check is okay. So cargo check is failing. Basically, everything is terrible and horrible, which is kind of what we want in a situation like this, because that's what would happen, right? Is like, I'm just gonna start working on this. Oh no, everything sucks. And then you have to figure that out. Pika, welcome back. You have returned after inputting a crap ton of data for archival. Sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, and that gives us workspaces is done here like that. All right. What happened when you left? Let's see. How long did you leave? Um Oh, you know what? You missed the entire master main branch. Since the start of the stream. Oh, so just everything. Yeah, not much happened. I finished up. We created a new assessment, and that's all set up now. So it's set up a Rust workspace assessment. So next up, route handler responds custom success. So now it's 8:30. I have like 15 minutes before I need to get ready for work. So I don't know if I actually have time to start working on anything, but maybe we can start like thinking about what this really means. I'm thinking that these two might be all the same. Because like these are okay, so custom success, responds with error, and then custom error. So like basically I want it's like some kind of some kind of response thing. So if I pull you over here, what would we name this? These are still like very specific like drills on like very specific skill set. So they're not really getting clever names. They're not really getting like fun things. Like maybe custom responses. And that's going to be all about, okay, so let's, maybe we can create that. Yeah. Temporis, hello. How are you doing today? All right, so now we can do this correct. We can do a cargo new custom responses. This is going to be Axum assessment custom responses. And we're on the main branch. Excellent. Just getting near the end of your workday. I'm getting near the beginning of my workday. So yeah, that's nice. Like we sort of like, you know, skipping the entire work. Like if I somehow managed to just appear where you are, I could skip my entire workday. It's too bad there's no teleportation yet, right? Okay, so we have you. Let's go ahead and run a Z assessment. I wonder if I can do dot with this. Oh, it works perfectly. Excellent. Okay, so and now I can finally go up and down with all of this. So we finally got the right size for everything. All right, so let's me.md. Okay, so this is gonna be. Don't worry, give it a few years and our AI overlords will figure out teleportation for us. I know, but if I wait until then, I won't need to work because there won't be any work for me to do. Like my job will be like some random thing that the AI decides that I'm supposed to do to keep me like mentally healthy and all that stuff. At least the five of us that'll remain after the great AI war. The honorary sysadmins of all AIs. Our job is to clean up the AIs and keep their cables plugged in. Okay, so this is gonna be a what are we calling this again? This is custom responses. So custom responses, Axum assessment. We will be. I guess not we. You will be. Be creating a couple, creating 3 custom responses for working is overrated anyways. I mean, like if we're working and then the work is like valuable to somebody, it's like we're adding value to somebody and it's meaningful and like makes us feel good, then I think it's good. That's good work. If, however, we're working and it's not helping anybody else, it's not actually doing anything, it's something that could be automated, but we're doing it anyways manually because of, I don't know, reasons, then that's not good. I remember somebody once saying, "Oh, hey, like we should just create jobs that could be automated and give that to people so they have something to do," which is I really don't think that's a good idea. Got to pad out my workday somehow. I mean, to me, if like there's so much stuff that can be done. Like I I don't think this might just be because like the way I work, the way I manage my team, we if we ran out of like official stuff to do, we invent new stuff to do to improve the customer's experience, to improve like things around. And then we work on that. Oh, you can't code solidly for 8 hours? What? You're kidding me. Oh, yeah, of course you can't code solidly for 8 hours. Nobody can code solidly for 8 hours, and anybody who can is, I would highly question the solidly part of their code. Um, can you sit at a computer and like bang your hands on it? Yes, we can, but that's not meaningful. I don't expect anybody to work for like 8 hours a day. I personally, I set my workday for my team to be 6 hours long. And then I don't even expect full code for that 6 hours. I expect problem solving and working together, but like that's going to be different. Like it's not, you don't go in every day. If you go in every day and all you have is coding problems, then that's interesting. I would expect that you go in and you're like, well, I have to think about things. I have to figure out what's going on. I have to respond to emails and teamwork and other things. I'm going to get interrupted 25 times. So yeah, you would want to take breaks every hour and a half, and like just at least stand up and walk around. So, anyways, like to me, there's still a lot of value in not coding. I think that any manager who thinks that you're only being productive by smashing your hands into a keyboard and causing a bunch of, barfing a bunch of code all into the screen is not actually programming, and they don't understand what it is, and they probably never will. I don't know. Clearly, I feel strongly about that. I've had lots of arguments about this with other managers in the past. In this session, you'll be creating 3 custom responses for. Okay, for one will spawn with a custom success. Well, I guess like 3 custom. How about this? Creating custom responses for route handlers. These responses will all have a so we'll all have a status code. So we'll have a status code and a message. Um, this is important in web development. I should say when things go wrong or even right, we need to tell the clients what happened and why so they can inform their users appropriately. I mean, of course, for those of us who are full stack devs, we are also writing the client, but yeah, bygones. All right, so skills that we're testing. So it's going to be um, custom So it's going to be like standard responding with standard status codes. Responding with non-standard status codes. Responding with text. Responding with JSON. I think those things will be helpful. So this is all together. So in a way, this is like testing this, but also kind of almost that too. But it's fine. I won't worry about it too much. Okay, so responding with JSON, responding with all this stuff. What else do we want in here? So we have skills, rubric. So let's see. All tests are passing, or maybe I'll just do like check dot sh is passing. Let's see what else. Okay, so what are we going to be doing here? We are going to be doing route handler. Oh, so we'll probably have two. So success. So I want success with non-standard success maybe, or standard. It doesn't matter because I can do non-standard is just across all of them, right? So so I really want like these. So it's gonna be two of them. So success with text, error with text, error with object. So 3. Let's do that. So route responds. So route defined. A route like success route. I don't know. I'll think about that later. So route responds with success error code, success code, and text. Route responds with, and then we'll do standard HTTP success code, non-standard HTTP error code, and text. Responds with non-standard HTTP error code and JSON. So we'll do that. And that's, I think, where we're going to lead it off for right now, because the next thing is going to be to actually write the thing and make it work and do what we expect it to do. So that's all I've got right now for this. Let's go ahead and not a Git repository. Let's fix that. Why am I? Oh, I'm not where I thought I was. We want code, builds, Axum assessments. This is custom responses. Okay, so okay, this is going to be assessing that you can respond to a request with custom status codes and data. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so adding in, we'll just do initial commit. Assessing. Yeah. I mean, you've never had an assess meme before? Where did did I put that in the description? Was that in the description? Assess meme. I can't change that here because I'm not logged in. I need to log in to fix that. Okay, well I will do that later. So anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out today. We finished we finished 2 assessments, or at least 1 assessment. Rescued Zilby from a squirrel, and then going off and doing stuff. And that's, I think that's all I've got on my list. So everybody, let's see, tomorrow is Tuesday. I plan on being back here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Mountain Time. We're going to continue working on assessments. Eventually, I'm going to have to work on writing articles out too. I might take my first stab at those offline, and then once I have those, then we'll figure out recording and doing all that other fun stuff. But I think that's pretty much it. So everybody, have a great rest of your Monday. Good luck with it. If it's still starting out or just going on, or congrats if you've made it through. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.